What is up, you guys? Today I am bringing you guys through a new series on my channel, which I'm going to be launching obviously right now, but I figured I would do videos that I'm going to be referring to as all Aldi videos, which is basically I'm going to be bringing you guys through a handful of different meals with ingredients that are all from Aldi, so they're going to be super budget friendly. The meals that I'm showing you today, some of them are definitely on a budget and some of them are just kind of like normal run-of-the-mill meals, but this all Aldi video is going to be 3 dinners. So I have my go-to convenience dinner from Aldi, which is basically a sheet pan dinner. And when I say convenience meals, I mean something that I am taking out of a box, cutting the bag open, throwing it either in a skillet or in the oven, and I don't have to think about it. Dinner's gonna be done in 20 minutes. Those are convenience meals. Those are things that we had baseball practice, I'm tired, it's 6 o'clock at night, everybody needs to eat, and I'm just throwing it in the oven because I know in 20 minutes it's gonna be done. That's what I'm referred to when I say convenience meal. So I'm gonna show you my go-to convenience meal. I have a really nice ham dinner that I'm showing you guys, and then a really delicious chicken recipe as well. We're gonna hop into all of this, all 3 meals of my all Aldi videos. Make sure you give this a thumbs up so I can do more of these. So we've got a very unhealthy prepackaged version of a sheet pan dinner going on, but I've got a whole bag of these green beans hopping on here. I just put some seasoned salt over the top of them, and then I have these egg rolls here, these chicken egg rolls. It does come with sweet and sour sauce right here if that's your thing, but 4 of those, that'll be plenty enough for the 5 of us. My kids don't all like these, so whoever wants these will have these. Plus my kids are still little, where if they do want one, I typically just cut them in half and they each have half of one. And then over here, this chicken is this Mandarin orange chicken. This is my favorite go-to easy convenience meal dinner, especially from Aldi. It's so simple, everybody really likes it, and it kind of feels like a little bit of a luxury because it feels like you're eating Chinese food, but it's on a serious budget, where if I were to actually order Chinese for my whole family, it would be quite expensive. This meal total is probably right around the $12 range, and then of course this is the orange sauce that comes with this chicken. How I do this is I'm gonna throw this whole thing in the oven here for whatever temperature and whatever time it says for my chicken, which is 400 for I think 15 minutes. When it has just a couple minutes left, I'm going to pull it out and drizzle over my orange chicken sauce, and then throw it back in the oven, let it melt and do its thing, and then I'll toss it together. Of course I'll show you guys me doing that, but I'm gonna shove this in the oven here, and this is the easiest convenient meal of a sheet pan dinner. Of course I'm also gonna be making some rice. Aldi also sells a fried rice frozen packet as well as a lo mein packet, which would also be really good with this. However, both of those are $5 a piece, so if you were to get all of that and do a big buffet, it would still be cheaper than ordering in probably. But good old-fashioned, those 5-pound bags of rice from Aldi will also do the trick. I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 and then throw this in while my rice is getting ready to cook as well. Aldi also does sell these. It's in the same line as their other things that I showed you, that orange chicken and the egg, or the chicken egg rolls. I like the teriyaki one. I use this to marinate things all the time. If you wanted to do this, you could also just put in a regular frozen chicken breasts or thawed chicken breasts and dump these over the top of them when they come out of the oven, and these would also be a really good option for you if you wanted to cut the cost down even further. These are right around $2, $2.50 per bottle, and they're 14.5 ounces, but these are really good. My husband said the sweet and sour one isn't as good as the teriyaki, but I got this for him to try. So this is my end plate. Of course I'm eating a whole egg roll, but pretty simple, really easy to throw together. The whole meal start to finish takes about 25 minutes, and that's with opening both bags and throwing it in the oven. It's one of my favorite convenience meals, so this is dinner tonight. Got my ham here. This is a rather expensive cut of meat. It's right under $8. I paid $7.94 for mine. Or how I'm going to be cooking this is in the oven. with some of these pineapple slices, and I'm gonna rub a little bit of this light brown sugar from Aldi as well over the top of my ham. It's just gonna make it super sweet. You can also get cherries and throw cherries on your ham, some of the cherry juice. My father-in-law likes to dump in a little bit of soda, whether that be Dr. Pepper, Coke, something like that, a darker soda. I would recommend something with a high sugar content because it's gonna caramelize your ham. I'm gonna cook this in my oven at probably 375 until it's warm, basically. This is a pre-cooked sliced ham. It's boneless, so the whole ham is edible. When you're looking at the weight, you're gonna be able to eat the whole weight of this ham. I pre-peeled my potatoes for my mashed potatoes during nap time, just so I didn't have to have a baby underneath me while I'm trying to peel potatoes. I've cut my hands so many times in that exact situation. I'm also going to be making some of this cornbread stuffing. If you wanted to, you could do regular stuffing and then actually make little cornbread muffins. They do sell that at Aldi, or you could get some of their pre-made rolls, crescent rolls, anything that you wanted. Aldi carries so many different things and so many different options when it comes to this. And then I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm going to make a little bit of a gravy off of the drippings from my ham for these mashed potatoes. Here's my ham, so you guys can see the brown sugar I sprinkled on top, and I poured in about half of this can's juice, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pineapple rings or so. Like I said, you could totally add cherries. That would be really good, a little bit of cherry juice. Mine was still a little bit frozen. I broke mine up into smaller sections. This is just gonna help it cook faster. There's literally nothing else to that. This ham, honestly, I was talking about how it's kind of pricey for ham, but I'm gonna have leftovers of this. I'm gonna be able to make tons of different sandwiches out of this throughout the rest of the week. Breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, hot ham and cheeses. I could even take whatever leftovers I have left out of this ham and make scalloped potatoes with ham in them for a side for another dinner. So it's really not that bad when I break it into knowing that I'm going to be able to use this ham for multiple different purposes than just this one meal, assuming I have leftovers. Sometimes this ham is just so good we don't have leftovers. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the oven just until it's warm. If you have a meat thermometer, you can check it with a meat thermometer. I have a little helper here. Entering voiceover mode. So we're throwing the ham in the oven. I ended up cooking that at 375 for about 20 minutes or so, which was just the perfect amount of time to throw my potatoes in my boiling water here and start my stuffing, and everything was done all at the same time, which is very nice. But I quartered my potatoes just so they were all the same size, so they cooked at the same rate. So once my potatoes are a little bit closer to being done, I'm gonna finish them with just a little bit of milk and a little bit of sour cream. You can also get from Aldi a little bit of butter. However, all those are optional. You could definitely just dump in butter, a little bit of milk. Your potatoes will be perfect. Once my potatoes are a little bit closer to being done and I'm adding in those things, that's when I will start my cornbread stuffing. This only takes about 5 minutes to do. You can definitely add in a vegetable also. You wanted to do a bag of corn or green beans. You could definitely do a canned vegetable as well. I have leftover vegetables in my fridge that I'm gonna pass out to my kids. This is gonna be the bulk of our dinner tonight. Of course, I'll show you the finished product. All you need for your stuffing here is just water and butter. So a super simple dinner to throw together, and it feels really good. It feels like a very hearty holiday meal almost, but you know, a little less extravagant. Got that rolling, about to let it boil so I can dump in my stuffing packet here. But I'm gonna add in, like I said, a splash of milk, dollop of sour cream. This is the other half a stick of butter from my stuffing, so I'm just gonna dump this other half in here. I had every intention of making my own gravy tonight and showing you guys how I do that. However, my kids are telling me, Mom, you do not have time to make gravy from scratch. You need to feed me. So I picked these up from Aldi when they have them. They usually carry like their in-store brand, but around the holidays they typically sell these McCormick packets, and I always buy a ton of them. I used the chicken gravy for this because it just tastes better with ham. McCormick does sell ham gravy, but you'd have to get that from a different store, but since I'm doing all Aldi, I used the chicken gravy. Their brown gravy is really good too, pretty simple to do. A cup of water on the stove, boil it stir it as it thickens, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I keep these on hand for situations just like this, and sometimes I just don't want to make gravy from scratch. But this is thickening up really well here. That looks good. I'm going to turn my oven off. I'm getting ready to pull my ham out. That looks great. Looks delicious down there. Woo. For my potatoes, I seasoned them with just a little bit of the Aldi seasoned salt and black pepper. That's it. I'll show you guys a plate once I have them put together, but in the meantime, I gotta feed my kids. Here's my plate, a couple slabs of that ham, a decent sized helping of stuffing, because that's the best part, potatoes, some of that gravy, and this is my all Aldi meal. Like I said, you could totally add a vegetable. My kids are saying, feed me now, Mom. Don't reheat old vegetables. So this is what we're gonna do, at least tonight. So for our third and final meal, I'm sharing with you guys basically like a teriyaki chicken. But this is by far the best chicken marinade I've ever had in my life. I wouldn't even call it a marinade. It's kind of like a sauce that you cook the chicken in. But it's soy sauce, honey, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. I like to throw in a little bit of parsley in mine as well. Totally optional. And then right at the end, I threw in just a little bit of brown sugar. Threw that over my chicken, which was frozen. And then I cooked that in the oven. It takes a little bit of time. This one takes about 45 minutes because they're chicken thighs. I was also cooking up some rice and green beans for this meal, but I cook it on 450 for, like I said, about 40 minutes, and then about that 20-minute mark, I'll flip the chicken over in the pan and throw it back in the oven to finish cooking. But the best part of this meal is the sauce. So I always make a ton extra. That way I can scoop up some of that delicious sauce and spoon it over my rice. It's like a sweet, juicy teriyaki chicken. It's almost like a candied chicken, but it is so, so good, you guys. For these all Aldi meal kind of ideas, I do have a couple more videos in mind. Let me know what you want to see first, or if these sound terrible to you and you just don't care. But I was going to do a pasta salad one because obviously summer's coming up and everyone brings pasta salads to barbecues and all those things. So I wanted to share some easy, simple, cheap sides for pasta salads that you can bring for those, of course. And then I was thinking a grilling episode, and then one for sheet pan dinners. Let me know if any of those sound terrible to you, good to you, whatever. Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy this new series here on my channel. I'll link down below some different Aldi meal recipes that I have down below if you're interested in looking for some more ideas. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it